everybody, it's Rochelle with another story from the Memoirs of the Redheaded Hairdresser. And today I've chosen to tell you a story that we are going to call the Vice President Guy. And the Vice President Guy, I call him that because he is the Vice President of the company he works for. Okay, so yes, typical. I don't even know why I use dating sites. When I listen to myself, I realize I've just got to stop. And hence why I'm kind of done dating. But, we all get bored. So that's why the dating apps go back on your phone. Anyways, so I did meet this guy on Bumble. I'm pretty sure I met him on Bumble. Okay, so he was super cute and he's really beautiful blue eyes and this great smile. And we matched. And since, the girls have to make the first move, I wrote him and we hit it off. We were writing back and forth with each other and I really liked him. And he asked me out. And he said that he wanted to take me out on his boat. I was a little nervous meeting a guy that I'd never met before and going out on his boat. Like, what if he was a crazy stalker killer person? But, he seemed nice. We had talked for a while. It wasn't like I hadn't talked to him at all. But, so I met him and he was like, just pull up to the gate. So he was in the the restricted for members only area of the marina, where he keeps his great big fancy speedboat and his motorhome. So he said, when you just pull up, give me a holler that you're here and I'll come meet you at the gate and I'll let you in. I was a little nervous, but I was excited because he's super cute and our conversations were going great. So I was really excited to meet him. And he came to open the gate and my first impression was he's definitely as cute as I thought he was going to be. But he was really skinny. Really skinny. I'm like, I think he might be skinnier than me. And that's usually a huge no-no for me. I'll be like, strike one. But he was super nice. And it was so cute because I was like, well, are you sure I'm going to recognize you? Are you sure you look like your pictures? And he goes, tell you what, if I'm ugly, then at least I have my cute dog, which totally made me laugh. And he had a black full-size Labradoodle. It was so cute. I love that dog. Anyways, so he opens the gate and he kind of tells me where I need to drive to. He's like, just go over there and park your car next to where my motorhome is and my car is. I'm like, okay. So he gets in my car and he puts his dog in my back seat. I'm like, it's fine. I have my concert blanket always in the trunk of my car. It's fine. So his dog gets in my car and he gets in my car and we drive over to where he parks. So then, we gather up a few of the things that we need. And he's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. So he walks me down to the dock and we get on his boat. And this boat, it's not like the normal ski boats and fishing boats I've been on. No, this is some serious boating. Well, it's super fast. Speedboat. It's got a whole bed inside. You can't go up on the bow of it. It's all enclosed. And we had that sucker going 78 miles an hour on the lake. It was really fun. But so like we mixed up a couple of cocktails and we're just listening to music and we're talking. And then the water got kind of choppy and I got super sick. I was so seasick. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's all right. I've only got sick on a boat one other time in my whole life. And it was at Strawberry where it was really choppy on like a fishing boat. And I'm like, so, oh well, you live and you learn. And he was all sweet. He's all like holding back my hair while I'm puking over the side of the boat. But before I puked, it was so cute because he was like, oh my God, you're not feeling good, are you? He's like, come here, come here, come here. And he lays me down in the bed of the boat and he gets like a bag of ice and he's putting it around my neck and he gets this like, so he's trying to cool me off and calm me down and he's getting me water and he's like, I'll get you back to shore. You're going to be okay. Like, it's going to be okay. I think I have Dramamine in my motorhome. And, yeah, I didn't make it. That's why he had to hold back my hair. And he was holding it back my hair. And he's like, oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. And he was so sweet. And he was so doting with me. And then, like, we get to the dock. And he's like, just stay there. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, you don't need help? He's like, no, I got this. I got this. And he ties up the boat. And he's like, just stay here, okay? And I'm like, okay. And so he runs out, he goes and gets his car. Well, he had like one of those Escalade truck things. Anyways, he brings it over and he pulls it up to the dock and then he comes out and he gets me and he's like walking me down the dock and he's like, and I didn't have my shoes on. I think he was carrying them. And then he puts them inside of the truck and then he's like picks me up and carries me across the pathway from the dock to the truck and carries me and puts me in the truck. He didn't even let my feet touch the ground. And I'm like, that's like so sweet. Oh my God. And then we get back to his motorhome and he lays me down in the back and he turns the air conditioner on high and he gets me a water and he goes up front and he's like, I'll get you something to eat. And he's really worried about me. And he comes back. He brought me, I want to say like dried fruit to get some sugar and some food in my tummy and I think some crackers if I recall. And it's been a minute, so I'm trying to remember everything. But yeah, so then he's just laying there and he's just kind of cuddling with me and he's like playing with my hair and he's like, I'm so sorry you got sick. And I'm like, it's okay. And then I got to feeling better and we were just talking. And he just stayed with me and talked me through it. And I got to feeling better. I'm like, okay, I think I'm feeling better. And it was getting kind of late. And I'm like, I don't know, it's getting kind of late. And well, so then we started kissing and kind of started making out. And it got dark. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta go. I gotta go home. Like, I got a drive ahead of me. I gotta go. And he's like, well, I hope I get to see you again soon. And I was like, oh, you're definitely going to see me again soon. And I left and he was very doting with me. He called me, I would say he sent me probably, I want to say at least 3 to 5 text messages a day. Just like, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, love. I hope you have a great day. And then he'll text me in the middle of the day, like, how's your day going? How are you, beautiful? And his texts were all just very sweet. Not too much where he's being like obnoxious. It was like the perfect amount. He was just so fun. So I dated him for several weeks and we kind of just started calling it like Sunday Fun Day. And I would go and meet him at the lake and we would go boating like every weekend. And I was just really liking him. So then there was the one weekend where, so I met him at his house and we were just chit chatting, and he had this really cool like Red Bull fridge. And he's like, yeah, I don't use it. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it because I used to race for Red Bull, so they just gave me stuff all the time. And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, I told you, like I rode motorcycles and stuff. Like I didn't, like he's like, I know all those guys from Nitro World. I used to race with them and stuff. I'm like, that is so cool. Like me and my boy, we love going to Nitro World. I've taken him a couple of times. He would freak over this fridge, and he's like, yeah, you can totally give it to your kid. Totally, just take it to your boy. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, take it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. And so we put that in like the trunk of my car, and we were getting ready to leave to go boating again, and he had like a bag of dried mangoes on his counter, and I was like, can I have some of those? He's like, yeah, bring them with us. So I bring the bag of mangoes with us, which, just so you know, it's all his fault that I'm addicted to those things still to this day. um I love dried mangoes. It's like my candy. But anyway, back to the story. So we go boating, and well, we go watch the boat, and um we go and we have fun. We're on the boat. We're chit chatting with the people that have the motorhome next to his, and we're having a good time. And he was a lot of fun. And we tried to, um, get to know them better. They went out on the boat with us, and they're like, "You guys are the cutest couple." And they've been married for like several years. They were super fun. I really liked them. Another time, I invited him to go float the Provo River with a bunch of my friends. And I was super excited for him to come and meet a bunch of my friends. And he was like, yeah, that'll be so fun. And I was like, yay, I'm so glad you're coming. This will be great. And we get to like his boat because he's like, I just need to fix a few things on the boat. So we get to the boat, and he just starts working on the boat, and time's going by and time's going by. And I'm like, he does remember we're going rafting with my friends, right? Like we're going to go float the river. And he doesn't say anything, and he doesn't say anything. And I'm just telling her, like, what the hell is going on? And he's like, all right, let's go out on the water. And I was like, wait, what? But whatever. So I just wrote my friends. I'm like, I guess I'm not coming. Like, he's like completely blowing it off. My friend's like, wish you would have given me more notice. I'm like, yeah, me too. So I was a little annoyed with him at that, but I decided not to let it ruin my day. And then, so we went out on the water and we had a lot of fun. And then we went back to his place, and he's like, I just want you to stay. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to stay. I'm like, until I know that I'm the only one, like, I just don't think that's a good idea. And he was like, no, look, it's just me and my dog. I don't want anybody else but you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I stayed the night, and wow, like that's all I gotta say about the wow. And he was so cute with me, and the next morning, like I got up and I just put one of his t-shirts on, and it smelled like him. And we had coffee, and he was just like, thank you so much for staying. I really, really enjoyed waking up with you in my arms. And I'm like, I loved it too. And I'm like, I actually can't wait to see you again. And he's like, oh, yeah, we need to set that up. I need to see you again, like ASAP. And I'm like, and I was super excited. Like, I drove home, like butterflies in my tummy. Like, oh my gosh, this guy is just, ah. I mean, and he would tell me things about his ex and how she was crazy and she tried to clean out his bank account and she like stole a bunch of his stuff and he has like trust issues and he just totally let me in. And I was like, oh my God, like I could totally fall for this guy. I was like giddy at work, like, oh my God, like, and so he's in a video, um, basically like it's kind of this whole like interview thing on one of the construction things that he did. It was, I guess, a pretty big deal. So like he's even in it for a minute, and I'm like watching the video at work and showing my coworkers like, ah! Like I'm dating this guy. He's so cute. Oh my God, acting like a complete moron, right? And so then we're on the phone and we're talking and he's just like, I can't wait to see you again. I'm working on the boat. Something wasn't quite working right last time we went out, and I really want to make sure I can open up and show you a good time. We'll have so much fun. And I'm like, I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then he couldn't find a tool that he was looking for. And he's like, hey, I'll have to call you right back. Um, I can't find it, and I'm on the phone, and he's like, I'm just getting frustrated, so I'm gonna let you go. I'll call you back later, okay, sweetheart? I'm like, okay. And so we say goodbye, and I wait, and I wait, and he doesn't call me back. And I'm like, weird, like, I hope he's okay. So I text him back, and I was like, hey, lover, just want to make sure you're all right. And I didn't get a response, and I was like, weird, he always writes me back. So then, like, the next day, not even in the morning, it was like not till late afternoon, almost evening time, he writes me, hey, sorry, work called and I had to hurry and get everything packed up and take a flight out to Las Vegas. They needed me for the project. And I was like, okay. And I knew the project in Las Vegas was huge. So I'm trying not to act like needy or clingy or anything like that. But I'm used to talking to him like 3, 4 times a day at least. So I'm like, all right, well, good luck with that. I hope everything works out. Okay, do you know when you're coming home? And he's like, I'll be here for several days. I'm not exactly sure when I'm coming home, but I'll be here for at least 3 to 5 days. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I know you're busy, but, hit me up when you can. No response for like, I'm going to say about 2 days. There was just nothing. No good morning, beautiful. How's your day, love? Sweet dreams, beautiful. Like nothing. All of the stuff I was used to just like stopped. And I was like, what the hell? So finally, I wrote him about 2.5 days in. I just wrote him, I said, look, I don't like feeling vulnerable at all, and I'm missing you. So I'm not gonna write you again until you write me because I don't like how this feels. And I got nothing for like another day and a half, 2 days. And I realize it's work, so I'm trying not to let it bother me. I'm trying not to be upset. And I get a text that just says, hey, you. So I wrote him and I'm like, hey, you? Question mark. I'm like, what happened to how's your day, beautiful? Or hi, love, how are you? I just got demoted? Question mark. And he goes, whoa, calm down. I've just been out of town. And I'm like, I don't even say hey you to my friends. And he's like, he's like, I don't know where this is coming from. And I'm like, we had a talk. Like that was important to me. We had a talk. And he goes, just because we had a talk doesn't mean we're in any kind of relationship or any commitment. Wait, what? When I said to you that I wasn't going to stay until I knew I was the only one, and you told me I was the only one. How is that not like the talk? So I'm just sitting there staring at my phone like, wow, holy shit. Like the guy I was falling in love with is like not in these text messages. I'm like, if I would have known that I was literally like nothing, like it just goes from hey beautiful to hey you, I would have never spent the night. I felt so used and so betrayed. And so I just was like, wow, really? Really? Because that's what it meant to me. No commitment, no relationship. Okay. And then, so I'm telling my coworker about it and I'm super upset. I'm super hurt. And like, he just went from hey love to hey you. Like, what the hell is that about? And obviously, I'm not as important because we don't have any kind of commitment. She's like, well, maybe you're overreacting. I'm like, I don't think I'm overreacting. Like, I expect to be treated better than that. And she's like, she goes, I don't know, Rochelle. Maybe you're overreacting. And I'm like, And I was really mad. I was so mad at him. Then, like 2 days later, an RV pulls into the restaurant next door to my salon, and it looks almost exactly like his. So I figured, well, maybe if my coworker says I overreacted, maybe I overreacted. So I just sent him a text message, and I was like, hey, there's an RV motorhome in the parking lot next door to my work, and it looks just like yours, and it just reminded me of you. So I figured I'd at least check on you, see how you're doing. And he's like, I'm still pretty pissed off at you. But you're pissed off at me? You're pissed off at me? I'm the one that should be pissed off. You're the one that told me we had no commitment after I thought we had a commitment. So I realize that maybe I need to spend a lot more time getting to know somebody. You know, I had a rule quite a while back that it was 3 months. 3 months. A guy doesn't know what he wants for at least 3 months. So no matter how they act, no matter what they say, it's 3 months. And I also learned, don't chase. I guess I'm doing it wrong though, because I see these girls, very aggressive girls, and they are in relationships like that. And I'm like, well, I'm guessing, I just tell myself that these are relationships that aren't really what they want. They're just scared to be alone. And I'm not scared to be alone. So those are the lessons that I learned from Mr. Vice President. If you liked my story, please subscribe. Love you guys.